Ready? Okay. Hey, y'all. Thanks for coming in today. Nope, this isn't a storefront. Hold on just a second. Acting like it's a dang Kmart. Cool.
They don't greet you at Kmart.
They're not.
No, they don't care about you.
Okay. Fun. Hey, y'all. Thanks for coming in today. I did it again like it's a dang fish camp. This is what I get for working at Libby Hill for so long. Okay. Hey, y'all. Thanks for being here today. We're really excited to... Oh, I just looked at a bird.
Kayla, for...
We're your hosts, Reg and Kala, photographers, educators, and parents who believe you don't have to follow the rules to create a thriving business and a life that you love. Here's the truth. You have the freedom to create a business that fuels your life, not one that drains it. To break away from the traditional grind, step fully into your purpose, and build something that gives you freedom in your work, your home, and your family.
Whether you're just stepping into your calling, scaling your business, or juggling parenthood, we get it. Maybe you're just trying to figure out how to make your dream work. Either way, you're in the right place. We're here to give you the real, unfiltered conversations about building a creative business, balancing life and work, and the hard-learned lessons we wish we knew sooner. We're not just here to talk, we're here to equip, encourage, challenge, and guide the next generation of creative entrepreneurs who are ready for the freedom to create something meaningful.
And scene. Hey, y'all. Thanks for tuning in today. We're so excited that you're here. And today we are talking about mini sessions and prepping for your mini sessions.
What is a mini session?
What is a mini session?
Yeah, what's a mini session?
Mini sessions.
Mini or mani?
I hope you have mini sessions. mini sessions.
Mini?
Okay, mini sessions, that's actually a really good point. So let's start off with the definition of a mini session because that's going to save them a lot of time right off the bat. So mini sessions are one day only. Mini sessions are stacked, usually hour and a half max-ish, depending on your location.
Yeah, if you're indoor or outdoor, maybe they can be a little bit longer.
Yeah, but if someone asks you for a mini, we're always like, yes, we will have mini sessions on this date at this time. You can book a 15-minute mini session. Not so much mini sessions are not for their own individual day because that will burn you out quickly.
Yeah, please do not get in your car and drive to shoot a session for 15 minutes and leave.
Yeah.
Or 20 minutes and leave. It's not enough time. It's not worth that.
Yeah, but that's part of the marketing. You want to create a sense of urgency for these mini sessions so that everyone books it on that date versus, trying to do it on a different date. But anyways.
Definitely. Yeah, so, and then, who are mini sessions for?
Yeah, let's talk about who mini sessions are for.
Oh, you want me to talk about? Yeah, I literally asked you the question.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So, I guess it depends on what the mini sessions are.
You were about to say the mini sessions are for who the mini sessions are for?
Okay, let me just start over.
Have you ever heard of circular reasoning?
No, actually I haven't.
That's literally what that means.
We can circle back to that later because I don't know what it means. Anyways, mini sessions. So your regular old mini sessions, what most people think of whenever they think mini sessions are seasonal mini sessions. Yeah. So spring, fall, Christmas minis, things like that. Normally it's for small families. I think that a lot of people are taking advantage of it for engagement pictures, announcement pictures, senior pictures, headshots even. It's just a nice little tidy 15-minute session. Yeah. You get a certain amount of images and you're on your merry way.
They're also for someone that maybe doesn't have the budget to pay for a full session.
True.
And they can come in at a much lower price point because they do want to work with you.
Yep.
Or maybe someone that's needing constant content. We run headshot minis every single month, and we have a couple people that come to those every single month because they need
the content.
They want 10, 12 pictures, right? They don't need a lot. They just need enough to get them through that month. And, for those headshot minis, we run them in 10 minutes. So they get 10 pictures in 10 minutes. They're happy with that. They move on. They come back next month. And it can be if you do branding, brands need new content every quarter because they're going to have new things coming out every quarter depending on what's happening, right? If it's Christmas time, they need stuff before Christmas. So they're going to do those product shoots or whatever they have coming out in
October,
Q3. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of who it's for, but yeah.
Okay, so you've decided to do mini sessions. What is your first step in planning the mini sessions?
Planning them.
Yeah.
So being a business owner means that you have to do things that business owners do. And think of Hobby Lobby, right? They're great because everybody's been to Hobby Lobby, whether you like Hobby Lobby or not.
Lobby.
When does Hobby Lobby put out their Christmas stuff? December?
August.
Yeah, they put them out
literally
way
like
early,
August.
right?
Yeah.
And that's because that they're thinking about what's going to happen, not what is happening.
Mm-hmm.
People don't have the money for now. They have the money, or they're not going to have the money whenever they just put stuff out, right?
Right.
Most people aren't going to buy Christmas decorations December 20th. They're going to buy Christmas decorations in November, in October, whenever they're like, oh my God, there's Christmas. Hey.
I love Christmas.
I do that because
Everything.
that sounds like something you would have just done.
It probably is something that I've
But-
done on a Hobby Lobby camera.
So if you're going to have, let's just use like sunflower minis, right? A lot of people run sunflower minis here in Raleigh, and they're going to be blooming in July. Well, you're going to count 8 weeks back from whenever you think you're going to start shooting, and that's when you're going to do your prep and plan. You're going to prep where you're going to be, and you're going to grab a model and run a model call for those. And you're going to go shoot those, you're going to edit those, and then you're going to have your promotional pictures to use for your email marketing, to use on social media, that sort of thing. And then we probably should talk about how to run a model call if you want to talk about that for a second.
Okay, so when running a model call, you want to, one, make sure that the family that you've chosen is an ideal client for you, because those are going to attract more of your ideal clients to book actual mini sessions with you.
Yeah.
And so in that, you want to make sure that you can style them the way that you want to, based on the location, based on the whole vibe of the session. So you have a lot of like control over the model call.
Yeah.
Just make sure those expectations are set on the front side
Yeah.
in exchange for the images that they're going to receive. That's the great thing about model calls is even though you are doing them for free, you do have a lot of creative control over these to make them exactly what you want and exactly what you want to promote with, which is really great, but also making sure that, you're doing it successfully. And if you do need help running a successful model call, that is something that we can link in the show notes. We have a guide for that. So if you need help with that, we can help.
Yep. So you've ran the model call, you're done editing the pictures, and you're about to send it out to your email list, or about to start like throwing it in your stories or make a post on Instagram. You're going to want to price it, right?
Yeah, definitely have your pricing and what is included in your mini sessions figured out before you even launch on social, because you want to make sure if you are like having to rent a space, or if you're having to purchase like flowers or something like that, those costs are built into the mini session cost, because that varies with us from season to season. Like normally our spring minis, sometimes there's a little bit more cost on that side because I love flowers. So I want to have flowers, depending on if we rent furniture or something like that, versus like fall minis, it's basically just outside and you can go to any, outdoor location mostly for free, unless it's like a venue or something, and then they would charge you. But, you know what I mean? Like for the most part, just like making sure that you're not,
That you're covering yourself.
that you're covering yourself, and covering your expenses.
Yeah, that's good. So finding out like how much you want to charge, and then also looking at what all is going to be included and how long they're going to be.
Yep.
Most mini sessions, I think most people run 15-minute minis. 20
I've
is
seen
also
20, yeah.
also pretty common.
I see 20 a lot.
That's probably second most common.
Yeah.
If you start getting into the 30-minute range, you're starting to look more like a petite session or something like that. And
And mini sessions, like you can only run so many, especially, or at least for us, like if you want to do it like during golden hour outside, you only have so much time with ideal light. So you don't want to have more than like 6-ish. 5, 6, depending on where you're at. But for the most
because that's
part,
giving you an hour and a half of shooting.
Yeah. And then if you can do 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes, you can double your sessions.
Yeah. And like for a lot of people with small kids, that's great for them because they only have their kids' attention for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
It's hard to keep a kid for 30 minutes. It really is.
Yeah. Depending on the age of the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some kids. I should have said like 2, 3-year-olds. Like they're kind of.
Yeah, 2, 3,
the
and 4.
ones that we
That's
see
when
a
you're
lot,
really
but-
starting to. 4-year-olds can be bribed if
Oh, yes.
parents are good with bribing, but.
We bring bribes.
How long they're going to be is going to be super important, and what they're going to get. Are they going to get 10 pictures? Are they going to get 15 pictures? Are they going to get 3 pictures and then they can buy the rest? Like however you want to structure it, however your business is structured. I also recommend whatever you do for your portrait sessions, you do for your minis, because you're going to have crossover in those clients. And what you don't want to have is for someone that is a portrait session client come over into your mini sessions and realize that you do, they get 3 and then they have to buy the full gallery afterwards, when you don't do that in your full hour portraits.
Yeah, make it consistent.
Yeah, because that you could get a little like sticky there.
Yeah.
They could be upset about that. So don't do that. But
Yeah. So we have set the date, We figured out what the minis are going to be. We have set our pricing and what's included, and we've done our model call, and we have our promo picks.
Yeah.
So now it is teaser time, which is where you're going to post in your story, post in your Facebook group, whatever that is, and let people know that it's coming soon. You don't, well, for me, I've seen people do it both ways, but for me, I like to kind of like put it out there and let it kind of like, you know.
I think it also depends on how big your base is.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like we have a large enough base, we're pretty lucky with that we can be like, hey, these are coming, and then they're waiting on the email.
Yeah.
Because then once we send that email out, normally our minis book inside of an hour, 3 hours, something like that.
Email marketing is incredible.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's also like we have really, really high client retention too. So that's a big thing. And it's easier for us to...
we don't work with crappy clients. All of our clients are amazing.
They really are amazing. But they come back. And so it's a lot easier for us to fill those spots with people that we've already worked with and who are in our email list versus having to go find a completely new client.
Yeah.
Which is also a pro tip. Like, have a killer experience so that your clients do keep coming back and you don't have to go find new clients every year.
It's cheaper to keep a client than to get a new one.
Exactly.
So cool. Now you're teasing and you finally launch, right?
Yep,
we always launch with our email list.
We always give our VIPs first dibs first. So if you do have an email list, that's a great way, one, to make them feel special and valued and that you're going to give them something that you're not giving everyone else and give them the opportunity to book with you first and then launch it on social.
Yep. We normally make the rule, and it's in the email too, like if these don't book completely out in 24 hours, then they go over to social media and like anybody can grab them. But almost always our email list books it out. It just kind of depends on what it is. Very rarely does it not anymore though.
Fall and Christmas. Whew. Fall and Christmas every year.
Fall and
it's
Christmas,
crazy.
Every year it surprises me because it gets shorter and shorter in the booking time.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's
incredible.
My phone blows up because it's going so fast. And one secret weapon that we use a lot of for our mini sessions in particular is HoneyBook. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, HoneyBook has been a game changer for us. One, with the client communication side, but also with mini sessions in particular, it creates so much less friction. Like there's not a lot of back and forth. So like if someone finds you in a Facebook group, you kind of have to go back and forth in Messenger or on a DM or whatever.
Just in case someone's listening and they're really new to business and they don't know what friction is.
Oh yeah.
So friction is how hard it is for someone to buy something. So think about buying a car. Whenever you go to buy a car, you have to go, you have to sit in the dealership, you have to fill out a bunch of paperwork, you have to fill out banking paperwork, you have to fill out, your like insurance and all this other stuff. And then they give you the keys.
Yeah.
A lot of friction. Takes a long time.
You have time to think about, do I really want to do this?
Even one that doesn't take a long time is still, you're going to sit in that dealership at least an hour.
Right.
That's a fast one, right? Like I can think that's probably the quickest we've been in and out. But no friction is like Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Literally,
how easy is it to buy something on Amazon?
Literally has a button that says buy now.
Yeah.
You don't even have to add it to your cart and hit submit. You can literally just hit buy now. Okay. It's done. You literally you could spend all your money in 12 seconds if you wanted.
You can buy cars on Amazon now. Did you know that? You could literally buy a car on Amazon. No friction.
Like a regular car?
Yes. There are certain cars that you can buy on Amazon now.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Do they
Talk
deliver
about
them?
a chart. Yeah.
How do they deliver them?
I think they did, or did they not
Is
deliver
FedEx going
Or is it
to
a
back
pickup?
in? Is it going to be like, they're going to like back end of the car?
Let me get back to you on
They're
that.
going to like tow it in?
Maybe.
Unstrapping it. So HoneyBook creates little to no friction for us because they don't have to go back and forth. They can go select their time. They can authorize the agreement.
They basically check themselves out.
Yes, they can complete the retainer, all those steps. So yeah, huge. If you're not using some type of CRM, we can throw our link in there. That'll give you a month free or 3 months free or something like that. We can throw that in the show notes for you. But yeah, use a CRM. It is so much. First of all, it also makes you look professional.
It does.
I mean, if you come up and you're like, hey, let me see your Venmo,
your Cash App.
Cash App.
Can you PayPal my mom? Because I don't have an account. So yeah, that's one thing. And also HoneyBook also keeps like your contracts and like all of that. And please have contracts. Please have contracts in your business because that could definitely save your life and your business one day. Just saying that. So if you don't have contracts, get them. Even for mini sessions because you never really know.
Yeah, mini
But-
sessions are where you get the most new clients in, so
Yeah.
that's where you probably need the most protection.
But the expectations are also in the contract, like when your photos should be delivered by and how much is paid and when it is due. And if the client decides to cancel on you, then they don't get their retainer back. Like there's a bunch of stuff in there that you can just get on the front side of problems, which I highly recommend.
All right, you've thrown that up there. You put that in your email list. You put that on your story. They're booking. You've booked them all out, and now you're the week of, day of, whatever. Like, where are we at now in the process?
So now, I guess it's really up to them. Like, this is the part where I think everybody kind of varies because, like, with us, we don't really do sneak peeks for mini sessions because we do a 2-week turnaround time.
Oh, wait, hold on. One thing that we forgot to mention is the day before mini sessions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We send out either a text message or an email list or email blast that's like, hey, here's all the information again if you need it.
Yeah.
Just so it's like top of their email list or right in their text message so they can know what time they're supposed to be there, where the location is, where to park, right? Like what to do after you park. Like if they need to like walk down a path or wherever you are, like give them all the housekeeping information. That way they know what to do. Mm-hmm. Because the worst feeling in the world, because we've had this happen, being photographed, is showing up and be like, where do we go?
Yeah.
And now we have like 2 kids and they're hanging off of us and we're like,
we don't know where you are.
I think she's down here, right? Like we're just trying to go or you're like trying to text her or something like that.
And if it's in the middle of October and you're somewhere like the art museum, there's a million photographers out there on a Saturday and no one knows which one is you if they haven't worked with you before.
Yeah, exactly.
So get on the front side of that.
Yep. So give them all that housekeeping stuff. And then day of, obviously you're going to shoot them. Make sure you're delivering an amazing experience. That is really not for this conversation, but like go kill it, take great pictures. And then about our sneak peeks.
Yeah. So sneak peeks, we don't really do sneak peeks for mini sessions because we do a quick turnaround time of 2 weeks or less. Mm-hmm. So, and the clients know that whenever they book, like we tell them with everything that they're getting when the delivery time is in that with the pricing. But but if you want to do previews, I mean, that's totally up to you. For us and our capacity, we're not able to do that anymore. But we just try to do a really quick delivery time.
Yeah, cool. And then one thing about your clients that came and they booked, I always like making sure that I retain those emails. And those are going to be the people that if I'm only going to send it to people that, like we're going to open up a special mini session later, those people get it because I know they book minis.
Yeah.
So if like we're like, hey, we might open one more day, send it to this list. It's going to be this segment in our list that it goes to. Oh
yeah, and Flowdesk is a really good tool to have for that, especially if like you're like super new to email marketing.
Yeah.
Flowdesk makes it so easy to.
Yeah, because you have your massive email list, but not everybody's the same, right? You got like wedding clients, or you got portrait clients, or you got branded clients, or you got family clients, or you got mini clients.
Separate segments so that only certain people get certain emails.
Yep. Very cool. Nice. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Like to kind of like sum up. Also, like one thing about minis is make sure your link, if you don't book them out through your email list or through your like stories, make sure to throw that link in your Instagram bio.
Yeah, that's what we normally do is have that link in our Instagram bio so that whenever we do post it in the stories or we do make a post about it or we do make a reel about it, then we can just forward them there as the call to action. They can just go straight there and check themselves out, and yeah, it's really easy.
Yep.
But yeah, if you do have trouble marketing and like booking those other spots, like just keep showing up because more people are watching than you think, and they may just not be ready to buy at that moment, but they are interested. And if you get down to it, then get down to the wire.
People get on their phone at the most inopportune times.
Yeah.
And they'll see what you've posted. Like it'll be like a PA, and she'll like look at her phone right before she goes in, and she's like scrolling because she's got 30 seconds before she goes in her room.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I want to book those."
Oh.
But I don't have time to like go through all this. So she'll like put her name on there and then forget about it.
Yep.
And not think about it for 2 days because it doesn't pop back up on her feed. And she's not going to think about it if you don't show up in your stories or on just posts or whatever and remind her.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say with spots that don't fill, like if you have 2 that are just kind of hanging out and it's like, you're down to the week of or something like that. I have seen, and someone recommended this to me a long time ago, and I was just like, I don't know if that would really work for us, but some people do this. Like give a session away for free or promote that you're giving a session away for free. The only thing about that, like I understand you wanting to fill the spot, but maybe just not post about it, because if someone else that has already booked you is following you and they're like, oh, hey, can I get that free spot?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
No,
like
don't
that
do
just
that.
kind of makes it a little awkward, and there might be a message
You know
that
what
you
I
get
would
because
do?
of that.
What I would do if we had a spot like that and I'm like, I really want to work with this planner we've not worked with yet, I might would just like message her and be like,
Absolutely,
hey, would you
yeah.
want this spot? It didn't fill and I would love to give it to you.
Yeah, DM those people if you
Yeah.
have
I
somebody
probably
that.
wouldn't post it and be like, hey, 2 of these didn't post. I'll give them away to anybody. And then the
Exactly.
people that did pay for it be like, well, why did I pay for it?
Exactly. Yeah. That's
Yeah, don't do that.
just a thing that I had thought about that
Just a thing that you thought about.
just a thing that I thought about. Hope it helps y'all.
Let's see. You got anything else for mini sessions?
I don't think so. I just really love mini sessions, and I think that they're a really great opportunity for some quick like profit if you're in a season that you know absolutely need something
One
like
thing
that.
to think about when you're shooting them too, we probably could have mentioned this like when we're talking about shooting, but just know mini sessions are not to get all the creative stuff.
Oh yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
Like a lot of times people are buying mini sessions because they want like a card for Christmas or fall, or they're wanting like something to put on their wall. They're wanting something in particular. They're not wanting the super creative. They're wanting the more editorial family look, take picture. Yeah. Obviously, if it's a branding session, that's not what they're going for. But like a lot of like family minis, if you're running those portrait type, then they're wanting that. That's the goal. So go and get a bunch of combinations of the family. Obviously, they can look at you and they can do some where they're not looking, but
yeah.
it is more of a traditional, like more of a formal, like let's get these pictures, and then they can be fun and they can be like lighthearted. They don't have to be like all looking, smiling JCPenney pictures.
Oh yeah.
But
the JCPenney's. You know what? I saw a mom in one of the mom groups.
We always
that I'm
went
in.
to Sears.
No. Okay. JCPenney is actually still doing them, and this woman literally posted and said, "Hey, I'm in tears because I took my baby to JCPenney for its 1-year pictures, and this is what they look like, and they did. They look so bad." I was like, "That's worse than '90s JCPenney. Like, what happened? How did we like
Well, all those
get
photographers
worse?"
that have their own business now. So yeah,
Oh my gosh. Can I say one more thing about mini sessions?
you're going to anyway.
I am. Posing, I know that we didn't like touch on that really, but posing, have a workflow for it, because one thing that can trip a lot of people up is not having a like posing, I guess it would be a posing system, but having a set of poses that you're going to do for every family. You don't have to make it different for every family that shows up. Like a good example of this would be like, for the first picture, get everybody looking, smiling at you. Then second picture, have everybody looking at each other, laughing, or something like that. Like just have like 5 really good poses that are kind of universal for everybody that you can kind of put everybody in easily, and just go down through those so that you don't have to be like, okay, so what do I do next? What do I do next? You know what I mean? So like having
you also don't have a lot of time to sit there and think about it.
You don't. So if you have like, okay, I'm going to get these 5 poses.
Especially if you don't feel strong in posing. I think this is what you're trying to talk about.
Yes. If you don't feel strong in your posing, having that in your head as a
have
streamlined
5,
system.
7, something like that. And then like, remember in those poses, you can do a couple different compositions by just having them look or do something different with their hands.
Yeah.
Like have everybody look at you, have everybody look at each other, giggle, have them do like tickle fight, and then move to another pose. And right there, you already got 3 pictures. So.
Yeah, exactly. But don't make it harder on yourself than it has to be.
Yeah, you don't have to do 12 different individual posing and plus compositions. Like it's 15 minutes, it's 20 minutes.
Yep. And what you get a lot of times with our families, like they're blown away by how much we get inside of 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's really easy to do. Really easy to do. Blow your clients away in the experience.
Yeah.
But
well, awesome, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. If you don't already, go to Instagram and follow us at Reg and Kala. Be sure if you're watching on YouTube to smash that like and subscribe button, and whatever podcast platform you're listening to, make sure to follow us and leave a 5-star review. It takes 30 seconds, but we appreciate it so much. Or better yet, you could send this podcast to another photographer. And if you have any other tips that we didn't mention, make sure to put them down in the comments. We would love to read them. Thank y'all. Love you. Later.